I think we need to embrace more the process of life in general. As I said, I'm in the middle of like my exams. Everything is super chaotic. Like my life is chaotic. The house is chaotic. Like a lot of dishes to clean. I just went to the bathroom and I saw like, oh my god, I need to clean that, but not now. I cannot do it now. And today, during my week of revision for the exams, I'm taking a break to focus on my artistic projects and what I need to be done to keep my life as an artist and my work as an artist. So I'm finishing this project to an art residency. I can show you actually. It is, just a minute. I hope you can see, wait. It is a project of living sculptures made with climbing plants that actually will take all over structures and create their own composition and painting or sculpture. So it's actually a project that I have been developing, and I'm on this research of creating with nature since 2017. And this is part of it, where I actually invite plants to collaborate with me, creating those sculptures. Yeah. And it comes from those experimentations that I did already in Brazil. There are more, but they are not in my portfolio. So living paintings that grow with time, and living interventions that grow with time with climbing plants. And the prettier side of this project is that actually has everything that is totally related to life and what I'm living and what I need to learn about life. And that's actually what I love on my work of being an artist, is because that I actually create things that come from my experience of the world, my experience of life, and that actually help me to become a better person and to learn with those experiences or those experiments also. So this type of work actually is about not being under control of everything and seeing the beautiful part of this process, where it becomes with nothing, and with time, plants and life are going to take all over those structures and to create a composition that you helped her, but you're not necessarily totally guiding. And I'm sending this work to an art residency. I'm not sure if I want to tell you before sending. Actually, I have good friends that taught me to not share things that didn't happen yet. But this is contradictory. This is controversial with what I'm doing, and I'm talking actually because I'm talking about the process. So yeah, and it's funny because actually like 1 month ago, I think, more or less, I restarted to paying attention on my art work, my artistic work, and applying for some residencies and discovering the device of culture and institutions of culture and visual arts that are in my region, and creating strategies for my profession and for my career. And what happened was that I applied for a residency that I really want to do, and I was really confident of doing it because it was totally related to my artistical practice. It was about forests, and it was very close from where I live. And it was a work, how do I say that? It was a residency that was we were supposed to work in our research and our practice and create artworks and everything, but also to be in connection with some schools of the region, so doing workshops with the students of the region, and that must be related with forests and nature. And it's something that I really did in my life, and I really love it because every time I can be in contact with kids and people younger, they are not still adults, I have so much to learn and so much to get from as inspiration and as ideas and as a way of living life also. So I was really confident. I really had confidence of doing this residency, and at the end I was not selected. So it was like, but it was perfect to me. And I was really confident. So there was this gap between our expectations and what really happened. And then I also applied to another art residency, and like 2 days ago I saw that I was not selected neither. And I'm still going to apply to this other residency, and I will still keep applying for projects that are related to myself and that I strategically think that I can be selected also. But I can learn with each project that I was not selected, how can I be better in the next, and I can just keep doing the fucking process. And I think that's so beautiful because I feel myself in a moment where I'm more mature to deal with those type of process, because for art, but also for life in general, but like for art and YouTube, there is this type of process where we are going to create, find ways, create our strategies, experiment things, put in the world, and sometimes they will not perform well. And sometimes they will perform well. And I know that because I already did art residencies, and I already won grants and art calls. So I know it's possible. And I know it's a question of getting better, of course, and keep going. As YouTube. That's why I decided to post every single day, even if it's not the format that I wanted to do and that I will still do. I think this is something that I didn't talk in the other video. I'm still going to post cinematic videos. I'm editing them. The next one is about my no, it's not. But soon I will post, I think the second or the next one I'm going to see. Because I have already one done. But I will post about my atelier, my art studio. And this is the fun part of putting myself in this challenge of keep doing, even if it's not necessarily what I thought at the beginning. Like, keep doing and keep getting better and focusing on this process, which demands time and good ecosystem conditions. My phone was full. My storage was full, so I did a pause. I eat something. And I also saw the answer about my residence that I was not selected, because I asked what could I make it better for next time. And there is something that I really apply. Like, she told me that I was between the pre-selected persons. There's no big deal problem with my application, but maybe the fact that I started my portfolio with some AI image, this can make people think about the virtual and not the reality and the realization and production, which is funny. I will keep asking her more things, because actually I just started to use AI for being able to show better what I want to do as a project. And it's funny that it didn't work in this way, because they look for something which is more nature, but it's actually what I work with. Okay, communication. So I learned something with this process, and that's what I'm talking about when I mean enjoying and accepting the process as a process, where we are not going to be perfect every single time, and that's not I think the most important is every time that we fail, if we don't pay a good attention, if we don't try to understand this process as maybe a scientist even, of like doing experiments and getting better, if we are not critics about what happened, we are going to fall easily in the place where we feel not enough as workers and as artists and as creators and as persons. Like, because that's the point. I could have thought it was possible that I would thought that I was not good in my application for this art residence. But at the end, she told me that no, I was in a good position in the selection. And there is something that I can learn with. Like, maybe it was that. And it's the fucking same thing for YouTube. I think when I get so few views in a video, this doesn't mean that it's horrible. That maybe just means that there's something very specific to get better on it. And I feel I can deal with those types of failures. I think I can deal better with the process of being not perfect and not reaching what I want so straightforward. Like, with getting to learn how I can make better my application, getting to learn how I can make better videos and what are the subjects and how can I communicate on it, or even getting better in speaking English. In those videos, I think I say that too much actually, but because it's one of my insecurities. Like, I feel that I speak better French right now than English, and that I make mistakes on English, and sometimes I'm just like, in the moment I make a mistake without thinking because I'm too nervous to realize also. And when I'm editing, because I'm not editing, when I'm like just making higher the volume of the sound, I realized that I did such a simple mistake of English, like, and I know what would be correct. I think this is the hard part of enjoying and accepting the process, is not being so harsh with ourselves, like being gentle and not dealing so seriously about things too, like not seeing things so serious, because they are not actually. I really like to say that to my boyfriend because it's something that I say to me. I tell to myself when I need, like when I'm really anxious about something that I did, like, I don't know, I say something specific to someone, and after I keep thinking, oh my god, I said that, oh my god, I was so cringe, oh my god, I did such a mistake, oh my god, I was so Brazilian with this German person, oh my god, I could have put less AI things in my portfolio, oh my god, I don't know. And I keep like thinking, shit, I could have done better. Like, I keep thinking about the past. I say that was not so important. I'm not even so important. Like, in this sense, it was not so important. Like, the other person probably are not going to pass hours thinking about that as I do. And I think this is the wisest skill that we can acknowledge and that we can learn to have. It is to see clearly the difference between what is important in the process and what is not important. And this can orientate our mindset or our perspective of how we look things through. So if the important thing to me is to have a community here, to have a successful YouTube channel, to be a successful artist, to live well from our work, to be recognized as a good worker, and all those things, making a mistake in the process is not important. But learning how can I become better on the process is important. And this is something that we really spend energy on it. We spend so much energy like thinking what we did wrong and what went wrong and what could possibly go wrong instead of being creative of how we'll get better, and we will keep going until we arrive there where we want. I think that's also why I really love kids. As I said, we have so much thing to learn with them, because when we are kids, we don't have as much pressure in ourselves as when we are adults. And when we are kids, we are going to fall while trying to learn the bicycle, and maybe we are just going to get up and try again. We are going to do a fucking painting with no knowledge about doing, and we're gonna look to this painting and say, I really love it, it was so fun to do. And kids are so wise on this way, because while we get older, we start to collecting so many memories of bad feelings that we had during life. So we hear someone telling that we are not enough, and we keep that inside ourselves. We collect that memory and we keep with us. Or we remember the feeling that we had when we were a deception, not sure if deception in English, deception. Look, sometimes I really get, and I am thinking that I'm doing mistakes, but no, actually not. So there was moments in our life that we were deception for someone important, as parents or friends, and we keep all those bad feelings inside us as memories, and this transform us in cowards, in coward people that don't want those feelings to repeat. And that's why we stop experimenting life and trying and making mistakes and learning, because we become so afraid of doing those mistakes because we felt bad doing the process at some point, because people deal with our mistakes in a bad way also, and we will learn to deal with the mistakes in a bad way. Look to school, like what is the fucking school system if not something that wants you to feel bad when you don't know something? Like, we become afraid of getting bad grades because we would need to repeat the year, and we will be left behind people, and the mistake is something bad. It's not something that is not our opportunity to learn. The mistake is something bad. Not now is something bad, because even in school we don't need to be great in all those courses. Like, we are such different persons. I know everyone needs to learn basic math and logic and creative skills, but maybe there's not in the same way for everyone. And it's okay. Yeah. I think this is the goal for me. Feeling so normal with the process that the goal come easily. Because I'm not avoiding making mistakes. I'm just walking the path that I need to walk and that I want to walk. I have a song about that. I have many artworks about that, and a song too that I'm going to release at some point. Yeah, I hope this video helps you to feel more relaxed about what you are doing, what you are trying to do, the mistakes that you might do in the process, and not knowing exactly where to go. Because you can be sure that you will learn, and that you are learning, and that you are getting better. Maybe if it's not obvious in front of your eyes, you are getting better with this process. You are learning about it. So take your time and really think about what is important and what is not important. Feeling well is important. Cultivating guilty is not important. See you tomorrow.